This weekend, ICE agents are set to round up a large number of undocumented immigrant families, including ones from Houston. The Washington Post says it is happening Sunday across 10 cities, including ours. But Mayor Sylvester Turner tells us he has not been told by ICE about any raids happening here.
We just shouldn't be in the business of separating families, of removing people who are in the United States already. We pride ourselves on family values and keeping families together, moms and fathers with their children.
President Trump tweeted about the operation Monday, saying the undocumented will be removed as fast as they come in. Plus, Governor Greg Abbott is sending 1,000 additional troops to the Texas-Mexico border. He says in the past 3 weeks, more than 45,000 people were caught illegally crossing the border into Texas. The federal government will pay 100% of the cost of what the governor calls a short-term mission.